easy. If crisscross applesauce doesn't work for you, you can be any way that's comfortable. If that count doesn't work for you, adjust it to your own liking. So inhalations are a little bit shorter, the exhalations a little bit longer. Take 2 full breaths to the count that works for you. Inhaling beautiful, rich life force, prana, and exhaling that which no longer serves us. Letting go of what we don't need. Taking another breath in, bringing in the good stuff, and then exhaling what we don't need. Letting it go. And then please take your second and third finger, place them into the earth. This is called Bhu Mudra, and we'll attach a statement to that. It will be, I feel grounded in the center of my being. And you can say that if you want, or just listen. I feel grounded in the center of my being. I feel grounded in the center of my being, feeling supported by the earth. And then as you inhale, imagine you're drawing up from the earth what you need. And then as you exhale, imagine what you don't need, just rolling off your shoulders. And then let's inhale a little bit of love. And then exhale a little bit of not love. Inhale some peace. And then exhale the chaos of this particular time in life. And then inhale one more, whatever you need. And exhale what you don't need. Inhaling arms out to the side, exhaling to your heart center. Take your thumbs and press them into your sternum so you really feel them there. Let your energy flow right to that sensation of feeling the thumbs at your sternum, at your heart space. Know that your heart is where the truth resides. It's what's real and true for you. Our minds can play little games with us, but the heart is where the truth is. If you know how to Om and you like to Om, I invite you to Om with me. If you don't want to Om, you do not need to. It's a universal healing sound. It's optional. It sounds like ah, oh, and So we'll take a breath in and on the exhalation, Om. Breathing in. Please allow your head to fall towards your heart space and bring in some gratitude. Gratitude for yoga, for each other, for this practice, for the earth, for the shelter, for whatever you're grateful for. Attitude of gratitude. And then let your head fall, rise towards the center. If you would like to come off your prop bench, you can. It's your choice, it's your practice. Know that if anything doesn't feel good to you during practice, don't do it. That's a pretty hard and fast rule around here. And it is your practice. If any pose just doesn't resonate with you, please don't do it. Be mindful and be wicked smart. You're your own boss. This is your practice, and just kind of like a tour guide. So inhale, always inhale. So support kind of precedes action. So inhale, tall spine, and then just let your head go side to side. Inhaling and exhaling. And make sure that your jaw isn't locked. Let it soften. And then roll your head towards your heart. Make little like half moons on your chest. Let everything be easy for a moment. Life has been a little chaotic. Let's take it to some ease and grace in our practice. And then always taking your yoga off the mat. And then bring your head to center. And then bring your shoulders up towards your ears. Hold your breath for a moment. And, make a face. And, that's awful. And then let it go with a ha. Let's do that again. Inhale up. It's wicked awful. And let it go with Notice how we can do that. We can change that for ourselves. Take your arm to your degree of so you can be on your elbow or just your hand placed. Either way is fine. Inhale the other arm up and over, reaching up, soften your shoulders, and you can choose to gaze at your hand or turn your heart open and look up. Make sure your shoulder isn't coming up with you, just let it be soft. And take a breath into your side body, into the intercostal muscles, creating some space with your breath. Oh. Another breath here. Exhale. We'll come over to the other side. Notice any subtle differences as you find the other side. Inhaling again into those intercostals, those are the side muscles between the ribs. Choosing to turn the head up or turn down. Breathing in. Finding space and length. Softening where you can. Inhaling and exhaling. Coming back to center. And taking the leg that isn't usually in front and bring it in front. Inhale, and then walk your fingers forward. Flatten your hands. And keep your spine long so you can see that. So rather than rounding, because some of us work on computers, so this is a long spine. And then surrendering and rounding. And maybe swaying here. And maybe a sign is good for us. Side, it really tells our brain, okay. Side to side. And then bringing yourself back up. And please draw your legs long in Dandasana or seated mountain pose. You want to flex your feet, have them engaged like you're really standing on the earth. So these muscles are engaged. Bring your hands to your heart center and just gaze at something in front of you. It's called a drishti. Breathe in, breathe out. Feeling that support, feeling grounded. Just knowing that all you have to do right now is breathe in and out. You have this moment. Gather your strength and feel that support. Inhale your arms up. Take a gaze at what's up there. And then again with this kind of neutrally long spine, come to your edge or just before it. Bring your hands down and then soften. It's not about how far you can get into this pose. It's about, can you still breathe? Can you sway a little maybe? Can it feel good? Is there ease and grace? Shake your head yes and no and I don't. And then walk yourself back up. Or counterpose that by placing the hands behind you, planting your feet on the earth, and just counterpose to your degree of counterposedness. You know, it may not be what I'm doing, doesn't matter. It's just a counterpose. Then come to sit. And swing your legs around. If you are uncomfortable to sit like this, please do. If not, you can place a pillow under you. We won't be here for too long. And then gaze ahead, hands heart center. You might want flat palms for a change. I kind of created your intention for you before, but if you have a different intention, you can always bring it in at any time. Using your breath. And then taking your hands in front of you as your hips come up. Let your knees come a little bit wide and walk your palms forward. This is called melting heart or puppy pose. Your forehead might reach the earth. Maybe you put a pillow or block there if you have one. Let your heart melt towards the earth. Feel that between the shoulder blades. Roll your head side to side if you like. And then take your left, push your right arm into the earth and slip the left arm under. And it's like threading the needle, except we're not quite in the same pose. This arm is extended. And breathe into that opening. If you feel like lifting your right foot, you're welcome to maybe bring this around, but don't put any compression on your head, your neck. That might be too much. And just breathe into the sensation. Notice what you notice. Don't judge yourself. You're doing wonderful. Whatever you're doing is just what you're supposed to. Next breath, you bring the right hand into the earth and just switch. The right arm comes under, come to rest on the left arm, and then that right hand can come in front of you. Again, there's always a choice. That left foot can come behind. That right arm can come, left arm can come behind. Find what's easy, what feels good. Breathe. And then the left hand pushes us to table pose. We'll take a moment here to have a little, well, first align yourself. Take a look between your knees and make sure you don't see your feet. Spread your fingers wide. Don't put them under your shoulders. Put them a little ahead. We don't want to compress our wrists. And then have a little temper tantrum. Tap it out. Stay. And then as you come to stillness, let your hips go side to side. And try this. If it doesn't work for you, please modify. Bring your feet up and kind of swivel. Look at your feet on the right. And inhale, exhale. Inhale, bring the feet to the left. See if you can see them. You may not. It's not that important if you do or you don't. And then on your own time, just do that a few times, side to side. You might bring your feet down and just let your hips go. You're in charge of your own practice. And when you feel like you're evened out, bring your feet down. You can curl your toes under, or you can have them flat. I call this the wheel of child pose, so it's whatever you want to call it. Inhale to look up. Exhale around your spine. Come into a New York Minute Child pose, and then exhale. And then inhale to drag yourself up. Exhale to the rounded spine. Inhale to come up. Exhale, rounds. Then do 2 or 3 of those. Inhaling, dragging yourself up. Exhaling, rounding, finding a little child pose. Just investigating that with your own body. You know, we're all different shapes and sizes, and it's all good. Eventually, I invite you to bring your toes to touch, knees to come wide, and come into a wide-legged child pose, walking your fingers forward, maybe stacking your fists so your head can rest, or reaching down, your choice. And as you're here, I invite you to breathe into your back body. Find the back of your heart, find the sides of the heart. The breath can go anywhere you send it. Breathe in. And breathe out. Over and over again. Let your breath keep you safe and calm. Tent your fingers in front of you. And then walk the fingers over to the right, curling into a little C shape as you breathe into your side body again. And then walking over to the left, opening up the side body on the right. Breathing in now. Try not to make this about the pose. Make it about your breath. Make it about being kind to yourself, coming to center, and bringing some ease, some grace into this rather chaotic time. Curl your toes under. We're going to come into ragdoll for a moment. So bring your feet hip width distance apart. Bend your knees as much as you need to have a little shelf for your belly. And let your head hang heavy. It doesn't matter if you reach the floor. And then go ahead and sway for a moment. Let go of some of that tension. Shake your head yes and no. I don't know. And then you could go to ragdoll, putting one thumb in each elbow and just sway. Eventually coming to stillness. To come up, you'll inhale your arms out to the side, melt your hips down. Palms reach here, flip your palms up, look up, join your palms, and then let them find your heart center. And then let it all go. Shake it off. Just shake it off. So we do hold our trauma and all this. There's been a lot of trauma. We're in the definition of trauma. We don't know what's going to happen next. You know, each day is different. So trauma is held on a cellular level. So shake it off when you can. Like nobody's looking because they're not. And then eventually come to stillness. Find mountain pose. Find all four corners of your feet. I like to sway forward and then sway back. Just to, find my whole foot. Find your grounding. And make sure that your knees aren't locked out like that. Ouch, that hurts. Soften your knees, please. And stack your joints, knees over ankles, hips over knees. Fix your clothes if you need to. Shoulders over your hips. Tuck a little apple or something under your chin. And then your palms can come out or they can come to your heart. As you gaze at Drishti, use your breath. And maybe, just maybe, you find a little santosha, a little contentment in the breath. You know, that little moment where your body calls for the breath and then it releases it. We can find contentment in something like that. Inhale, your arms behind you, sun breath. Reach for the sun. Hold the sun in your hands like it's your dreams. You are holding your dreams. You got them. Draw your palms together and let those dreams settle in your heart space. We got this. Yes, we do. And then join steeple fingers. As you inhale your fingers up, settle your shoulders because they're going to want to ride up with you. Inhale, exhale to one side. And again, there's always choices. Looking down is fine if your neck is tired or cranky, or feeling your heart open to look up. Whatever feels right in your body. I'm not in it. I can't tell. And then inhale to center. Exhale, drop into the other side. Same rules apply. Take a minute with your jaw. Let your jaw go. I bet there's one of you out there clenching your jaw. Inhale. Exhale. And then coming to center. Drop your arms. Just step your feet comfortable for a minute. And so the shoulders are a common place of injury. So let's try this a little bit. Inhale halfway. Exhale, flip your palms up. Reach up. Inhale halfway. Exhale, flip your palms down. Inhale. Flip. Exhale, look up. Inhale. And then exhale, bring them down. So if you learn nothing else, try to remember that. Stepping into warrior one. So take your left foot in front, right foot's in back. Toes are pointing towards whatever the front of the room is for you. Try not to be on neurotraxis. No need to do it this way. Step them wide. Find comfort. Take your hands to your hips. Try to square them. You'll never do it. It's not possible. Just do your best. And then your ribs as well. Let your arms be heavy for a moment. Bend into that front knee. Check your alignment. Make sure that your knee is over your ankle and that this back foot has some weight on it. And then we'll do the same thing with the arms. Inhale halfway. Exhale, look up. Inhale halfway. Exhale, flip your palms down. Inhale halfway. Exhale to look up. Inhale halfway. Exhale down. Come onto the ball of your back foot and step your feet together and give it a little shake. I'm always just shaking that stuff off. There's a lot of holding in yoga and I'm not exactly sure why. It's not necessary. Step the other foot back and find your feet. I mean, this is a different side. Tuck your front hip back, your back hip comes forward, and then bend into the front knee. You can always look to make sure you're aligned. This front knee doesn't want to go that way. That's an injury waiting to happen. As a yoga therapist, I see the injuries, so please don't get injured. Inhale halfway, exhale, look up. Inhale halfway, with the palms, exhale. Inhaling, flipping palms, exhaling. Inhale, exhale. Go with one more. Inhale halfway. Exhale, look up. Inhale and exhale. Come onto the ball of your down foot and step your feet together. Yeah, step your feet apart. This is the 5-pointed star. Now, when we inhale, the arms go overhead, and then exhale, we'll round into ourselves. So inhale, maybe you think like, heck yeah, I got this. And then exhale, round, and be like, oh my gosh, what a week this has been. And then inhale, look up, I am strong, yes I am, and then exhale. That's really interesting. And then we'll do one more. Inhale, maybe thinking about how much you love yourself, and exhale, and thinking, oh, yeah, sure. And then come to center. Take your, I think it's your left foot pointed out to come into warrior 2, slowly. It's as if you're drawing a line from your heel to your arch. And then the back toes kind of come in a little bit at an angle. You may have been taught that different. The hips don't like to do that. And take a moment to feel the earth under us. We need to feel grounded. I do anyway. It's interesting. Please bring your hands to your heart center. Inhale, and on the exhalation of your choice, bend into that knee, and then open your palms like jazz hands kind of facing me. And then gaze at your thumbs, soften your shoulders, and breathe here. Make sure you have weight on the front and the back toe. You might want to reach forward and back to make sure you're at center. The tendency is to do this. Try to find the center of you. Inhale, bring your palms up overhead, straighten the front leg. Exhale, come back to jazz hands warrior. Inhale, up, and exhale to warrior. And one more, inhaling up and exhaling. Straightening your front leg. So try this version of Trikonasana triangle. I mean, you can do this. A lot of people do this. But yeah, I can do that. That's not really healthy. So you want both side bodies to be equal and even. So try it. If you don't like it, it's okay. But try it. So start to get a little sway going, a little water element too. And eventually find comfort here. Don't compress your hip joint. Try to find length, equal length in your side bodies. You can hold on to your leg if you feel like it. Bring your arm behind you. If you are down, have a block maybe. And you can certainly look up. You can tuck your arm behind you. You can look down. Where can you soften? Where can you make it feel a little more comfortable? Maybe nowhere. I don't know. And then take 2 hands, frame your foot, and then take the outside hand and give it a whirl. Maybe this back leg starts to come up, hand to heart center, and you open up into half moon. And it's perfectly fine if your leg stays down here, okay? It's fine. Maybe there's a wall behind you. And then slowly step that foot down. And turn your toes parallel. This is a wide-legged four-fold. We're here, we're just hanging out, bending one knee and then the other. You can have your hands on the earth and sway side to side. If you stop breathing, breathe. Breathe in and breathe out. Highly recommend it. Maybe walk your hands forward into a wide-legged downward facing dog, bending one knee and the other. Keep breathing, guys. If you're not breathing, you're not doing yoga. So walk your hands back and set up your warrior from the ground up, pointing your right toe out. You even can make that little line down here. And if it's okay for you, you can windmill your jazz hands up. And if you want to readjust the whole thing when you get up here because you're all out of whack, then go ahead. Gaze at your thumb. Inhale, come up. Exhale, come back down. Then we'll inhale up. Exhale down. Make it easy. Don't overdo it, please. Inhale up, and you can always leave it up too. Exhale, come down. And then straightening the front leg. So I'm just starting to, the body is made in spiral lines. It's not in a inhale, reach, it's spiral. And eventually find your trikonastra, find your triangle. Elongate and breathe. Maybe look down. Notice differences. Do you like this side better than the other? Probably. I don't know. Breathe in, breathe out. Use any options that you want. And then you know where we're going. It's optional to try half moon this way. I mean, it's a balanced pose. It's ideal to have a block for some of us, but give it a whirl. I mean, bring 2 hands down. This is perfectly fine to be here. No reason you don't have to bring your back leg up. But if you're doing it, I find that bringing your hand to your heart center right about here, finding a drishti, flexing your back foot, and then all of a sudden it's there. Some days I fall down. It's okay. Breathe, and then you can come out of the pose softly. It's a pretty good thing to do. Have your toes parallel. Give yourself a little love on your lower back. It deserves it. Take a breath. Bring your arms out. We just could do a little Ashtanga move. Ashtanga is the 8-limb path, but just jump in a little bit. Try not to make any noise. Jump out. I'm a little noisy right now. Jump in and then stay here and shake that off. And then we'll come into, I wish I had chair pose, because I do wish I had one. Bring your hands to your heart center. I do this a little different than some people. Try it if you like it. Melt your hips backwards. And it's as if you're swimming through water. Inhale, exhale, you're reaching forward, your hips are melting back. The bend is at the upper spine, and then just standing up. Try it again if you'd like. Hands at heart center, bending the knees, melting hips. Sure, they're melting. And then reach forward, arms come up, and then we'll stand up. Shake it off. I can't tell you how many people get hurt doing yoga. It's like, why? We came to heal. All right. Please place your hands on your hips. Cross one foot over the other. You're welcome to take the bind if you're used to it in eagle. Again, this is like chair, the hips melt backwards. And then just bring your hands just above your face, in front of your face. Inhale, standing up, and then exhale, if it feels okay, and round your spine, then come down. Inhale up, and then exhale, rounding. And one more time. Inhale, and then exhale. Then step your feet apart, shake it off, and then we'll cross the other foot. Just like again. And you don't have to worry about which hand is going under because we're just using the same ones. Inhale up, exhale round. Inhaling up, exhaling down. I mean, keeping your balance, this isn't all that easy. Inhale up, and exhale to round. And the last time to come up. Step your feet out. Inhale, come to 5-pointed star. Because I just love this pose. Feels good. And then Exhale. Challenge pose. Let's do warrior 3 because we did all the other warriors. We don't usually do that. You might want to do it, you might not. Stepping your right foot in front, your left foot's in back. If you know the pose, you can just go right for it. There's several versions. You can have your hands at heart center. They can reach in front. They can be by your hips. You want to end up parallel to the earth. Flex your back foot. I think I can here. Flex your back foot. Try to square your hips. See what happens. If you fall down, you'll get back up again. When the ground is your drishti, that's tricky. And then step out of it. Okay, gracefully. And then step the left foot in front. You know where you're going. Do it whichever way you like. Let that right foot flex. Again, staying here is perfectly fine. Or it comes up. Square your hips as best you can and then come out of it. Coming in and out of pose is okay. You know, we get back up, we fall down, we get back up. It's not a contest. Bring your feet together as you're ready. Hands come here. Yogi squat may or may not be in your practice. If your knees get a little cranky, then come down without doing it this way. So this is yogi squat. I'm on my toes right now. Hands at heart center. We're almost getting to the floor, guys. Let your knees come apart. Reach your hands forward. And just stay here for a moment. And then reaching your hands, this way for you, towards your heels. If you don't get there, who cares? Do what feels okay. And let your head be heavy, the Scarlet pose. And breathe. I highly recommend the breathing part. The rest is optional. And then you can sit on your asana, what it's called, and bring your feet into the V shape. And let's bring in a little lion's breath to release some tension. Somebody's giving you a bad day or they cut you off in traffic. You want to try this one. Inhale your arms up. And exhale, stick your tongue out and go. Inhale up. Exhale with a. And one more time. Inhaling up. Exhale. Then bring your legs together. Take one leg across over the other. And you can leave this leg drawn long or you can tuck it in. Yogi's choice. Wrap your arms around the bent leg. Bring it in. And then you'll wrap or bind in any way that feels good to you. Some people do it this way, whatever. Inhale your arm up and around. Inhale your spine tall. Exhale. The twist comes at the spiral at your upper spine, not your lower spine. The bra strap area if you happen to have one on. Inhale up. Get a little taller. Exhale. Just a little bit of a twirl. And then one more. Inhaling. Exhaling. Inhale both arms up overhead. Bring them to the other side. See if you can pull this one off. Push your feet in. Walk yourself around so the other foot's in front. It took me like 17 years to figure that one out. So wherever you're at, the other leg is in front. Wrap your arms around it. Hug it in. Remember, this leg can be drawn long. It's perfectly fine. Take a moment to feel yourself. Make sure this foot is touching the earth. It's not peeling up. Breathe in and out. Wrap that leg up. Inhale your arm up and behind you. Inhale, long spine. Exhale, it's just a slight gaze, slight spiral. Inhale. Exhale. And one more. Inhaling. And exhaling. And then this arm can come to center. Come the long way on your mat if you're not already. Bend your knees. And wrap your arms around your knees for a moment. Let your head be heavy. Give yourself a pat on the back. You're on a yoga mat or a yoga rug, wherever you're at. You're doing yoga. You're doing self-care. You deserve it. If you know boat pose, you can try it here. If you don't know it, you don't have to know it. You can just bring your hands behind your knees and be with your heart open here. One leg could come up. The other leg can come up. Trying to get on your sitting bones with these legs. You can flex or point your toes, I don't care. And you can open your heart. And that might be too much today and you're here. Just meet yourself where you're at. Eventually, I'd like you to try grabbing behind your knees and rocking and rolling on your spine. If shoulder stand is in your practice, this is a good time to take it. If you don't have it, don't even, not today. And eventually, you'll let yourself rock back to lay down for a moment. See how much space you can take up. Stretch out like a snow angel. Feel your heart beating. Know you're alive. Yeah, we're not done yet though. Okay, so bring your, you can triangle your fingers like this to bring them under your sacrum. If you have a block, you can use it. Or you can just let your legs float up in the air. And they're just up there. You can point one foot and the other. Let that blood rush towards the hip joint. You can also put your legs up a wall. Other options here are to hold behind the legs and bring your head up. Or your arms can be here. Just keep breathing. You can also hold behind your neck with your elbows wide. Yogi's choice. Know who you are, where you're at. And don't be mean if you're not doing it. Just be where you're at. You're doing what you're doing. Breathe. And then see if you can bend your knees and get both toes to touch the earth at the same time. Some days it works, some days it doesn't. It worked today. And then just kind of windshield wiper your legs side to side. That'd be kind of easy. Side to side. Nowhere to go. This is where you are now. Let your mind be light. And we'll make our way onto our belly for a little bit. You guys are doing awesome out there. If you're still practicing, whether you're just breathing, just doing great. Now let your feet be apart. Rest for a moment. Keep breathing. You'll feel your belly push into the earth. Then you'll feel it dome away. Take your right fingers, walk them out. And take your left foot behind your right. And bring yourself into a tree pose. Didn't see that one. I know you did. Take a breath. Try to have both SI joints on the earth. You might need a block like I do. And take a nice breath here. Flex the foot that you would be standing on. And then we'll roll back over onto our bellies. Put your head on your hands. Take that left, take the left fingers out. The right foot comes behind. And then roll yourself onto your back. Don't roll into the wall like I just did. And then the right leg is out. And engage the left leg. And tree pose if your choice. Flexing that left foot. Extend your legs long. And let's do half baby pose. You can do a full baby pose if you want. So bend your right knee, And then attempt to bring your left knee into your armpit. Now maybe sway a little here. Breathe. And then the left foot comes down. The right knee tries to go into your armpit. Maybe it does, maybe it doesn't. Sway a little. And if you want to try both, because you want to, go ahead. I like to kind of straighten one and then the other. Imagine you're like a little, I don't know, 1-year-old. They don't know. They, put your toes in your mouth. No, don't do that. But just be a little playful with your practice. It's yoga, it's life. It's mind, body, spirit. Some people get wicked serious. It is serious, but it's got to be fun too. And then if there are any ways your body wants to move at this time, please go ahead and do that. And then find a comfortable Shavasana position. It could be on your back. It could be on your belly or your side. I'm going to sit up so that I can walk you through a meditation. But if you have a blanket, please place your blanket on you. If you don't, then don't. If you're like, no. But find a comfortable, supportive position on the earth. And once you get there, allow yourself to sink into the earth. Again, allowing the earth to support you. Let yourself feel supported. Let the earth hold you. Let it hold space for you for a while. I'm going to guess that most of us have held space for somebody else today. Let the earth hold space for you. Feel your head so heavy. Imagine your muscles really light, like the wax of a candle dripping off your bones. Imagine your bones heavy. Feel heavy and feel light at the same time. Whole body rest and stillness. Feel any tension in the forehead just kind of loosen up and fade away. Allow your eyes to feel like brilliant orbs of energy. Orbs of energy. As they rest in their sockets. The work is done for now. Notice your breath as it comes in a little bit cool and it exits a little bit warm as you warm yourself from the inside out. Over and over again, our breath is our anchor, keeps us safe. Calm breath, calm mind. And notice your mouth as you allow your lips to gently part and your jaw releases. The throat, you might hear your breath there still. The right arm and the left arm heavy in stillness. The back body surrenders. The heart opens a little bit. Feel your heart space. I am well. I am blissful, Ananda. I am peace, Shanti. I am content, Santosha. I am enough, I am. Notice your belly as it continues to rise and fall with each inhalation and exhalation, over and over. Feel the right hip and the left surrender. The entire right leg and the entire left leg, heavy and light. Imagine in the palms of your hands, there were 2 hearts drawn there, and they were energetic hearts. Imagine your soles of your feet also having energetic quality to them. Imagine breathing in through your palms and exhaling through your feet. Follow that cycle of breath over and over. In your mind's eye, draw a circle of healing light around you. Any color you want. That be your kind of bubble of healing energy to keep you safe until you practice again. And taking the next few moments to allow your mind, body, and spirit to integrate what we did. It's a magical formula, you know, and if you skip out on this part, it doesn't serve you well. So do your best to take the next few moments to rest in stillness. I'll play a song for you to help you just be. Here and now, living in the present moment is the only way to tame the mind. For the mind throws us into turmoil, thinking of the past and worrying about the future. By noticing our breath, the inner sensations of the body, the light around us, the ground beneath our feet, we begin to find ourselves in the here and now. The question, what if, ceases to plague our days and acceptance begins to cloud. Slowly begin to wiggle your fingers and your toes. Perhaps you might choose to roll your head from side to side. Taking a full body stretch, perhaps. Making your way slowly and mindfully over to your right or left side. Coming into the fetal position, using your bottom arm as a pillow and your top hand can find your heart space. Seal in anything that our practice, that served you in our practice, and release anything that didn't, and anything, just let it go. We don't have to think about what we're letting go of, it just goes. That's the cool thing about this practice. And then please place your top hand into the earth and come up to a seated position, slowly and mindfully. There's no rush. Once you find yourself in easy pose, allow your sitting bones to once again ground you, find the earth, keep you safe, the crown of your head reaching towards the divine, shoulders falling away from our ears, slightly tucking our chins. And then inhaling, arms out to the side, and then bringing together the pinkies and the thumbs only to form Padma or lotus flower mudra, so the other fingers are wide. And I invite you to softly gaze into your palms. The lotus flower is growing in a dark lake. It grows in a dark lake, and that reminds me of life, because that little lotus flower, it's like its whole little lotus flower life. It tries to get to the light, and it does every time. It just does. And this kind of feels like a dark time, but I know it will become light, and our lotus flowers will bloom beautifully. The answer